Transgender lunacy. President Trump has used that phrase. Has there been some lunacy regarding the topic of transgender? I believe yes, there has been. There is currently. Here's my concern. Just because there are people who take this topic to the nth degree doesn't mean that the entire group of people who identify as transgender should be thrown out, should be vilified. The vast majority of transgender persons transitioned from, I usually use the term birth sex. Some folks prefer the gender they were assigned at birth. I usually say identified at birth, who transition from that to live in the manner which feels right to them. The majority of these folks are just trying to be healthy and are just trying to get by in life. They are behind the scenes, and the last thing they want to do is make a ruckus. They're not going into bathrooms causing trouble. They're not influencing anyone else. They're just trying to be healthy, happy, and get on with life. This is what bothers me so much. This is what prompted me in my previous video on the sarcastic thing that I wrote, that transgender should be made illegal. I don't believe that. I was making the point in the opposite direction to see how crazy it is to simply insist that biology says there's only two sexes, they can't be convoluted in any way, and therefore transgender is nonsense, and we need to sign executive orders and then enact laws to get rid of it. That's all there is to it. And then my fellow Christians who just scream Genesis 1:27, see, it says male and female, God created us. As if the sin that came into the world through Adam, which has screwed up every other thing in this world, including in our bodies, could not touch our sex development. But we know it has. There's something like 25 known disorders of sex development. Genetic, chromosomal, ones that can be seen in the genitals. They're real, scientifically proven things. Then there's folks like myself who only discovered that mine was a hormonal thing, that my endocrine system surely was disrupted when I was forming in the womb, because it was when I reversed my sex hormones so that my estrogen, the female sex hormone, is the one that reigns in me, and my testosterone is only a little bit in me, but yet I experience myself as fully male. And I'm not the only one. There are others like me who have experienced the same thing. It's a physical thing. Please, everybody, my fellow Christians, people in government, my fellow American citizens, don't discard the thought of people being transgender and real transgender persons just because there is some transgender lunacy. There's always going to be people on the fringes. There's always going to be the outrageous. There's always going to be people that you don't agree with their ideas on a topic. Guess what? I don't agree with all of the Lutherans in my church body on every topic. That's life. People who experience gender conflict, who transition to live, I'm going to keep it simple, as the opposite sex, they're just as real as every other person. They're just as valuable as every other person. They're just as worth being heard, being helped, having protections as every other person. It's the job of everybody else to have compassion, to listen, because that's what we want. When we have trouble, we want people to listen, to have compassion, not just to sign executive orders to get rid of us. How unfair, how unfeeling, how unkind, how un-American. More to come. Peace be with you.